Government corruption has never been more prevalent or caused more harm. It's why extremism is on the rise. It's why the financial gap between the haves and have-nots has never been wider. And it's why our planet is at risk of an extinction level tragedy. That's why I need your help to keep exposing the truth about the rot on both sides of the aisle. Become a supporter or a friend of the show today by clicking on the coffee link in the description box below. Friends of the show join me on a Zoom hangout once a month, and you guys can ask me any questions you want, and I can get to know you better. But the most important reason to help is to keep the show alive. Together, we can and will save our country and our planet. Thanks in advance and enjoy the show. Hey, everyone. Welcome to the show. I have an update to share about one of Trump's Capitol insurrectionists. It's time for an episode of Where Are They Now?
Matthew Bledsoe was arrested. Patrick Montgomery was in court.
Jonathan Manapa will stay in federal custody.
No, I don't take responsibility at all.
So we got another sovereign citizen, Bruno Cua. He was the youngest person arrested for the Capitol attack. He's decided that he wants to represent himself in court. Cua was 18 when he was seen on video in the Senate chamber on January 6th, and he seems to have reached an impasse with his attorney. Cua's attorney filed a motion to withdraw his legal counsel, and he wrote, quote, "Recently, the attorney-client relationship between counsel and Mr. Cua has become irretrievably broken due to a fundamental disagreement regarding legal issues and a course of action." The attorney said that he couldn't elaborate because of attorney-client privilege, of course, but he noted that Cua agreed to the removal of the attorney, and he wished to, quote, "proceed pro se at this time," which means he thinks he's smarter than a licensed attorney. The judge is Randolph Moss, and he tried to determine why Cua wants to ditch his attorney. He asked him, quote, "Is your dissatisfaction with your current counsel or with any counsel? In other words, are you looking for a new lawyer or do you want to represent yourself?" That's when Cua started spouting out all this sovereign citizen nonsense. He said, quote, "Good morning, Your Honor. I'm here by special appearance, not a general appearance." So that's the same kind of bullshit that landed January 6th defendant Pauline Bauer in jail last September. She's still there. She's still awaiting her trial in jail. So Cua kept spewing this online faux legal BS that he apparently found. And then the judge got frustrated and he finally said, quote, "I don't know where you found this material, but I have no idea, frankly, what you're talking about." Then he asked Cua, quote, "Do you want to have a lawyer in this case or do you want to represent yourself?" Cua then repeated some of these BS sovereign citizen talking points. And then he asked the judge, quote, "What need is there for an attorney?" So Judge Moss reminded Cua that the charges against him are pretty serious. They include felonies that literally could land him in prison for up to 20 years. And he told Cua that he would require an in-person hearing to ensure that Cua understands the risks involved. Cua then responded to that and said, quote, "I'm not here to testify. How may I settle this today?" So at that point, Judge Moss was like, "I'm done. I'm so done with this." So he told Cua, "If you don't answer my questions, I'm going to send the marshals to your house and I'm going to have them transport you here to DC for a hearing." And then the judge told Cua, "We're not playing games here. I don't know who's feeding you this stuff. It's nonsense. You can't represent yourself if you're not capable of answering questions of the court." So Cua responded with, quote, "Let the record reflect, I have repented of my sins." At that point, Judge Moss threatened him again. He said that he was going to arrest him. And then Cua conferred with his attorneys at that point. And then he told the judge, quote, "Judge, the end of next week would be best." So that hearing took place on January 28th. I haven't been able to locate any details about what may have gone down or what was decided. It appears, though, from the notes in the court docket, that Cua wisened up and that he kept his attorney, or the judge denied his request because his defense attorney is still listed. It also notes that a joint status report is due by August 26th and that there's a jury trial that's been scheduled for February of next year. So I'll let you guys all know when and if I hear more, but these people just make me laugh. They are my clowns. I really enjoy them. All right. Thanks for watching and listening, guys. Take care, and I'll talk with you soon.